And so if you blame the government who you think is supposed to save you, or you blame politicians who you think is supposed to save you, or blame your company that you work for who you think is supposed to save you, or you blame the market, it doesn't really matter, or your parents. And I find that really interesting because when I was, my moment of figuring this out was when I was 19, and I was really resentful of my parents. And I blamed her for the way I was acting. I was like, well, if she parented me differently, I wouldn't be this egotistical and arrogant and whatever. And I realized that I actually was giving the person that at the time I disliked the most in the world all the power over my behavior. And so I was like, so that idea sickened me, that the person I disliked the most, again, at the time, was the one that I was actually giving my leash to. Wow. And so I was only acting in response to this leash and then, and willingly, voluntarily giving her all the power over my life, and all I was doing was reacting to what this person did, or what the government does, or the politicians do. And so the first, I mean, I've said this before, but the first two words of getting out of poverty are my fault. And the thing is it doesn't actually matter if it is your fault, but it is your problem. And so you have to solve it because no one else will. And so that allows you to actually do something about it. And so that's been, I'm a big believer in operationalizing and only thinking about things through actions rather than feelings, because the feelings come and go, and also they are justified or unjustified. It also is irrelevant, because like if you make 100 cold calls, whether you hate it or you love it or you're meant for it or you never want to do it for the rest of your life, you make the calls and you practice the script, you'll get business. And you can also get business and make money even if you don't deserve it, which for me was actually a really comforting point, because there was definitely moments in my life where I had tons of self-loathing, didn't think I deserved anything, blah, blah, blah. But the idea that I could still have it anyways and not deserve it if I only did the things that got it was like, it was kind of like in the weightlifting world, that the iron is the iron. Whether you're black, you're white, you're a woman, 500 pounds is 500 pounds. And so like the actions that create success are kind of the same way, which is like the 100 phone calls or the 100 pounds on the bar, the work just needs doing. And it doesn't, and I think it's incredible. For me, it's really inspiring that anyone can do the thing and get the result no matter how they feel about themselves.